Let's go. Yo. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
What's going on? What's going on? It's Thursday night, y'all. Y'all know what it is. It's the Bishop and D Nice in the house. We getting ready to kick it off. We getting ready to talk Chicago Bears football. We getting ready to talk about a few different things. One super hot topic that I can't wait to pick D Nice's brain on here really quick. But before I get into that, I want to first say hello to everybody that's out there that's watching either on Facebook, YouTube, and many of the other ways that we are streaming. Hello, thank you very much for chiming in, taking time out of your evening to listen to us talk Bears football. But more importantly, remember one thing: this content is for you. Therefore, we need you to do us a favor. Please smash that like button, share, and subscribe to content. With that being said, we're going to get ready to get this thing kicked off. I'm super excited about tonight because I'm going to take a back seat and I'm going to basically interview my man, D Nice. So with that being said, I'm going to let him give off his pleasantries as he always do, and then we're going to get right to it. What it be, D Nice?
Hey, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening, everybody? What's happening, Bishop? How are you, sir?
Man, I'm here. I'm blessed. I'm on the right side of the grass, so I ain't mad.
Great, great, great. I'd like to welcome everybody to Chicago Sports Podcast. I'm D Nice, you know what I'm saying? That's my man Bishop, and we're gonna talk about the combine tonight, man. It's a very exciting time. We also had some unfortunate news today. You know, I hope people are not too bummed about it. You know, there are, you know what I'm saying, there are other options, not necessarily better, but there are other options, and we have other ways to get this thing done. So my people, my Bears fans, please don't get discouraged. Listen, it's just a speed bump on the road to a Super Bowl, or on the road to contention. Let's say that.
Yeah, that's a little better. So we're gonna kick this off. You was getting ready to jump into it, and then I saw you pull back. So we're gonna go ahead and get right to it. We're gonna talk about this breaking news that came out earlier today that may have some people right now hugging their pillow, sucking their thumbs, and I get it because I wanted this young man too. But hey, we might have blew it for ourselves because we was talking about it so much. We should have been quiet, and maybe Kansas City might have thought, well, maybe he ain't that good, and there's no need to do it. But the breaking news is that the Kansas City Chiefs has decided to put the franchise tag on Mr. Trey Smith. So I know my feelings about it, but my feelings don't count tonight. I want to see what my man D Nice got to say about this. So, my man D Nice, what's your thoughts on the Kansas City Chiefs franchise tagging Mr. Trey Smith? And is it really? Before you started, is it breaking news, or did you kind of feel they were going to do that anyway?
Well, you know, the option was always there. But, you know, with all of the other things that they have going on over there in Kansas City, you know, I thought that it was a real chance for us to get in on the Trey Smith sweepstakes. But, you know, that cap took a bump up, and that kind of knocked our stock down. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So yeah, I really did think there was a real chance, and I honestly, in my heart, felt like he would be a Chicago Bear. But listen, on the plan B, man, on to the next.
So with that being said,
and Bishop,
with that being said, you mentioned plan B. Well, okay, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, it counts, brother. You were part of us.
I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't bummed because I wasn't surprised when I saw that they had bumped up that cap, make put some more room in the cap. I said, "Oh, Kansas City ain't gonna be stupid." That gave them enough. That gave them enough wiggle room. And if they need to restructure
Yeah.
somebody's contract, they will. I mean,
Yeah.
look, unless they're going to say, you know what, we're going to forego the next 3-4 years, and now we're just going to be comfortable with making the playoffs. We're not going to try to make a run and get us another Super Bowl. That would be the only reason why they would let that guy out the building. That's my take on it, honestly. But no, when I saw the news, I was like, you know what? It's all good, man, because there are some other alternatives, and that's what I want to get to.
Yeah.
Who do you think is the best alternative to Mr. Trey Smith?
Well, it's so many different combinations, man. Listen, we are in it's kind of a double-edged sword for us, but we are in a good place. Unfortunately, we're in this place, but we are in a good place because we're at number 10 and we have plenty of money for free agency. So we are in a place to find our own Trey Smith. And if you know what I'm saying, the plan B is to work it out in free agency, One way or another, we're going to get this line together, I feel like.
All right, well, that's the case. Do you have that option? Who do you think should be that next that one guy that they should try to go after now that Trey Smith's been removed basically off the table?
Well, my personal favorite is Donovan Jackson.
No, sir. No, sir. We're not gonna go draft yet. We're not gonna go draft yet. I want to hear free agent. Who do you think we need to go out there as a free agent? I'm putting you on the hot seat tonight.
Kevin Zeitler is one. Like, I'm not going to even be crazy enough to dismiss him. He has a relationship already and a familiarity with our head coach. He's been very successful as an offensive lineman. He's made a Pro Bowl. He's steady. We're going to have a young group, and he could be a wonderful teacher for these young guys, because that's something more than anything, way more than ability. What we've lacked more than anything is solid teaching, good teaching, good instruction, great coaching at this particular position. So Kevin Zeitler is one. And number two, I would say the big guy in Philadelphia, Becton. Mekari Becton will be number two.
Elaborate, please.
Well, Mekari Becton is coming off a Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. He's one of the better run blockers in the league. He opened up some huge holes for Saquon Barkley in that interior. He's a massive guy. He's a mover of man. They say he's not very good in the pass game, but listen, with coaching, people can get better. He has a tremendous amount of ability. He's also older. Well, he's more of a veteran player that can pedigree. That's something that we are aspiring to get to. He's already been there. So that's something else he can come in and add on to the group. At 6'6", 6'7", 360 pounds. That sounds like a mountain of a man to me. But he does have a lot of ability.
Yeah.
He does have a lot of ability. Very good feet. And he can move man. That's what we need.
Okay. I like the idea of Kevin Zeitler. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of him specifically because of his familiarity with Ben Johnson. And why not cripple your competition if you can poach somebody away?
Yeah.
I mean, we've already started with bringing on Ben Johnson and a few other coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Why not start grabbing a couple of the players too? That's going to help take us where we need to go.
Why not?
Would you agree?
I absolutely agree. I couldn't have said it any better.
Okay. Now, I got another question for you. What do you think about Brandon Sheriff, who's at
I
Jacksonville?
like.
What
I
you think
mean,
about him?
I like Sheriff. He has a bit of a injury history, but if that's a guy we can land, if we can't land a bigger fish, if he's a guy that's gonna come in, and he's an older guy. He can also come in and be a
Yeah.
teacher. He's had a lot of success in the NFL. You know, any guy that's had some type of success in the NFL, he didn't have a bad season last year either. So he still can be productive. So
Hmm.
any guy that can come in that has some type of skill can come in and really hold these young guys. I'm 100% down for
Okay. And it's funny, but you said that because actually he's a year younger than Zeitler is.
it. Yeah.
Because Zeitler's 34 and
Hmm.
Sheriff is 33.
Yeah. The
But
only thing that worries me about Sheriff is that he just had that injury history, man. Like Zeitler,
yeah,
Zeitler has been pretty much the healthy guy.
I look at it like this: without now that Trey's been taken off of the shelf, I think Zeitler is the best fit for us in terms of if you're gonna go one, and then either 1A or 2 would be Zeitler, and then worst case, worst
Hmm.
case, if you is
Yeah.
Sheriff, worst case. But I completely agree with you there, man. I also like Becton. I do like Becton. I think those would be the first two I would try to get, and then if all work, if nothing else works, then yeah, we go with Sheriff just to be that bridge. You know. Now, with that being said, and we're gonna focus on it. We're gonna focus on right. We're gonna focus on right guard. Okay.
Hmm.
I know you wanted to dive into it. So if you had to pick the top two right guards coming out of college that's gonna be in this draft, who would you go for?
Booker out of Alabama and Jackson. Donovan Jackson is my favorite guard in this draft out of Ohio State. But I think those two guys kind of lead the pack when it comes down to the guards, the natural guards in the NFL, not tackles that not guys that's playing tackle right now that's going to be transferred into guards when it comes to the NFL. But we just talking about like natural guards
Right.
coming in, because that's what I really want. I don't want to be going through the motions of rotating a guy from this position to that position. We had enough of that with Matt Nagy, and I just don't want to go through it anymore. Like
Well,
for
we
real,
we
man.
went
I
through it
don't.
with we
I
went through it with the last two head coaches, man.
don't. Yeah.
Flus did it too.
Yeah, he sure did.
Flus did it
He
too.
sure did. And I'm telling you, man, like a lot of people may disagree with me, but I think the thing that hindered this team the most, it wasn't the offensive line. It was just a lack of coaching.
Hmm.
And as much as I tried to give Flus the benefit of the doubt over time, man, he just he didn't help me out too much. But coaching was a huge deal.
Gotcha.
And not just Flus, but the whole staff. Even like Chris Morgan and those other guys, man, they didn't help those young guys like they should have.
No, but I tell you this, we're not gonna worry about them. They gone. We ain't finna talk
Yeah.
about them. We're not even finna give them 30 seconds of our time. So now let's move over from right guard to center.
Mm-hmm.
Dahlman. Should
Dog.
that be our number one priority
Absolutely.
for center?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you. All
Listen,
right.
his father played in the league. His father played for the 49ers. Stanford kid. The center has to be the most intelligent guy on the field, other than quarterback. And I will always tell anyone, I don't think we should come into this season with a rookie at center. I think the center and the left tackle should be the vet. Everywhere else you can go rookie, but I think at center and left tackle, those are two critical positions. I think there needs to be a vet there. So
Okay.
Dahlman would be priority one.
All right. Now, I'm glad you said that because that was going to be my next question. So, with that being said, would you say that getting a center would be priority one over the right guard, or or and only thing I'm asking is now that Trey's been taken off of the table. So do
Yeah,
we make Dahlman that number one priority? Let's get that center first. Let's lock down that center.
absolutely.
Then we can focus on right guard and left guard.
Absolutely. Listen, we have a plethora of options at those guard spots, but center is the glue of the offensive line. He's the leader of the offensive line. He's calling out what he sees, for the quarterback and for the other linemen. He's getting guys in position. He's setting guys straight. The center is actually the leader of the offense. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm with you.
So we have to
I'm
have a
with you.
veteran guy there. I'm in Atlanta. I've seen Drew Dahlman for a number of years. He got hurt last year, but he's been as steady as it comes. And, that's all we can ask for. We don't have to have a superstar all across the offensive line. We just have to have one that's been coached properly, and that center has to be the leader of it.
Okay. Now, now that I don't even want to talk about another center. I think Dahlman is going to be that one that is going to get that offer from Poles that he just can't refuse. But with that being said, remaining on the offensive line, who do you think we should be looking at for left guard? Should we be looking at free agency for left guard, or do you feel that we could potentially find our left guard in this year's draft?
I think both. I think both. I think we reach out on both. We reach out. We use both of our we use both of those entities to get what we need, because the,
Name
the guard we get the guard we get will be a veteran, so we can draft someone that can learn from the vet. That's one thing that we weren't
mhm.
able to do either. All the young guys we got our offensive line, we so quick to throw them in the fire because we don't have a good example, at the top already. So
So D Nice, are you saying that free agency money out the gate day one should really be thrown at all three positions that are positions of need on the offensive line? Is that what I'm hearing from you?
absolutely, you have to. You have to.
Okay.
You have
I'm not
to.
mad
You
at
most
that.
certainly. Yeah,
I'm
you
not
have to
mad at
now.
that.
Not saying everyone's going to be running the sign with us, but this is something that has to be done. To show your quarterback that you're trying to protect him as best as possible.
Now, I seem to think that we're gonna have a lot of people running and want to sign with us because I think a lot of guys feel that the possibility of another team emerging like the Detroit Lions did is the Chicago Bears. And listening to some of the interviews of the other coaches who've had the pleasure of either working alongside Ben Johnson or throughout their tenure at different stops have had a chance to work with or be around this young man. And what I'm hearing from these interviews is this guy is going to be someone that we're going to be talking about in the next 5 years as, hey, this dude here is a heck of a coach. So I don't see a reason why free agents wouldn't want to come here, especially linemen who know that, look, I get to finally run block and pass block for a guy like Caleb.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna. I really do think, man, that we're gonna have some people, free agents, regardless of position, looking to come here. Would
If
you
they're
agree
smart,
or what?
if they're smart, heck yeah, I agree 100%. If they're smart, they'll be listen, they'll be at O'Hare Airport. Shouldn't nobody have to come get them. They'll be flying to Chicago on their own. They should be. I mean, this is a very advantageous situation for guys. Number one, that's looking to get paid and looking to block for one of the better quarterbacks in the league, and that's what I feel Caleb is, and
Well,
for one of the better play callers in the league.
now I got a hot question for you. In a
Mm-hmm.
perfect world, let's say we get Dahlman for center, we get
Mm-hmm.
Zeitler for that guard, and we end up getting an above average left guard. Do you take that 10th pick and use it on a running back? And you know who I'm talking about.
Absolutely, I absolutely do. But now, we have to understand that we have another side of it, right? And this draft is not very this draft will not be known for your pass rushers or your three techniques. Okay. So we got 2 picks in round 2, right?
Yes.
I'll spend the 10 pick on Genty. Me. I would say yes. If they do it, I wouldn't
That's
be
why.
upset.
That's why. Look. That's why I threw it to you, because I want you to. I
Listen,
want you to dive into it
listen,
tonight, man.
listen. Genty at 10, like this whole thing of not drafting running, like I get it. But everybody's talking about, hey, we need to get the best at this position, get the best at that position, but you want the best at every position but running back. I don't understand it. Like, how can you want the best at every position but running back? I don't get that. Now, drafting a running back is not the very popular thing in the first round, but it's been done. And a lot of teams have found success with it. Ben Johnson and Detroit was one of those teams that found tremendous success with drafting running back at 10. Now, if listen, it's gonna be some moving and shaking in this draft, okay? It always is. So if we find someone that's, they got their heart on a particular player that wants to come up to 10, trading back would not be a negative thing for me. Because I do think Genty will be there at 12 or even 14. But what happens in the top 5 is going to really determine what we do at 10. Because we got
Okay.
some guys that want to go ahead.
I got to jump into the chat real quick. Viz Joe, what's
Mhm.
going on? Hey, I've been around, baby. Where you been? Where you been? Look, now we hear you. Genty would be a malpractice if we. But again, see, you came a little late, so I'm gonna give you a pass. But the reason why I brought that up about Genty is, in a perfect world, if we address the O line and free agency, that's why I threw that layup to D Nice to see if he felt that Genty would be worth going to get at 10. That's the only reason I threw that. Now, with that being said, do you think Genty style of running is similar to Gibbs? And is that the reason why
Uh,
you're so high on Genty, or do you think Genty had the potential of actually being a better running back than Gibbs? Considering, and only
I
reason I throw
think
Gibbs out there is because of the offense that he was in at Detroit and being with Ben Johnson.
Mhm. I think Genty. I don't think he's as explosive as Gibbs is, but I think he's a more instinctive runner. I think he's a more patient guy as a runner, and I think his vision is better, and his ability to break tackles, I believe, is better too. He kind of
Who do
listen.
you compare him to?
People laugh. So just get ready for this. People laugh. His running style. Not saying that he's going to get drafted anywhere and become this guy. But to me, his running style is similar to an Emmitt Smith. See, everybody goes crazy. I'm not saying that this guy is going to be Emmitt Smith. I'm just saying running style, the patience, the vision, the ability to make people miss or break tackles, not necessarily make people miss. He has that ability too, but the ability to break tackles.
Oh, you shaking it up tonight, ain't you? You shaking it up tonight.
Look,
I'm about to do a. What you talking about, D Nice? What you talking about?
Hey, listen. I'm going to, when I pick a side, I'm usually going to stay if someone could come and tell me something different. But just based off of what I seen, his running style, like I said, I'm not saying that this guy's going to get drafted anywhere and become Emmitt Smith. But the patience, the vision, and the ability to break tackles kind of reminds me of Emmitt. And people want to talk about where he plays at. But he played Oregon this season and ran the Sam hell out of the football. He's also playing on a team that you don't hear about none of their offensive players. You don't hear about none of the Boise State offensive players being picked in the draft, being selected as one of the best at any position. You don't hear about these guys. Mm-hmm. Okay? Yeah, he did, but not many people do. Okay? When a team like Penn State goes into the game and says we're not going to let this guy beat us, and they stack the box and they wait on the quarterback to try to beat him because the quarterback is not that's what they're supposed to do. But did he still have 100 yards or close to it?
Okay. All right. Look. I mean, I just had to ask. You know, I just figured, you know, what the heck, man. I had to ask, cause
man, listen, man, look. I'm not gonna run from it, Bishop. I'm telling you, bro. I'm not gonna run
I see.
from it. You know, I've been from the very and seeing how this thing is coming together. Genty at 10 wouldn't break my heart. Especially if we do what we're supposed to do in free agency. Because there are a plethora of guards in the second round that are very good as any of the guards that's tallied to be great and supposedly being picked in the first round. I don't think there's a huge gap.
Right. Well, one thing I will say, if nothing else has been proven this past season, is that running backs are needed. So the whole devaluing of the running back has pretty much kind of has been a stain on the NFL, and now it's been proven. You need, but outside of having a heck of a defense, because defense still wins championships. But if you don't have no running back, that's going to at least take the attention off of your quarterback and help your quarterback out to make his job that much easier, then shame on you. You know, shame on you.
And look, all right, shout out to Illinois Jones. Shout out to you, bro. I see you. We know Emmitt Smith had a great offensive line. That's why he was the all-time leading rusher in the NFL, on top of his longevity. Let's not rule that out. Okay. But it's plenty of all-time great running backs who didn't have a great line. Especially
Walter Payton.
Barry Sanders. Listen.
You ain't got to say no more after those two.
We're not saying that. Listen, we're not saying that this guy's going to be Emmitt Smith, and we're not discrediting the offensive line at all. We're not even discrediting the need for offensive line. But we can, if we address it properly in free agency, we can also address it in that second round. And I'm gonna repeat this. Everyone is talking about getting the best player at these positions. But when you mention the best running back in this draft, people look at you crazy.
Look,
that's
man,
something I don't understand. If you want the best, get the best.
I hear you. And we can argue this point for an hour to an hour. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna get ready to get ourselves up on out of here. But before we do, we want to thank everybody who has been in the chat tonight. Illinois Jones, thank you. As well as everybody else. Zach. Who else we got out there? Viz Joe. Tracks, what's going on? Hey, Cheryl, everybody, Aunt Moss, look, Brian, we really appreciate y'all tonight. I just had to kind of shake it up a little bit. I wanted to get D Nice's take on some things, and I'm excited about what he shared. But look, tonight we're gonna ask you guys to do us a favor because we're getting ready to get out of here, but we need y'all to jump over to another show and support our man Plank. If you guys can do that for us, we would greatly appreciate it. But don't forget, you guys got to also be active. We're trying to get past that 3,000K mark so you guys can get you a jersey. Come on, y'all. We need your activity. We need your participation. Do all those things, but one other thing, don't forget to smash that like button. Share this content and tell everybody to subscribe. With that being said, we want to thank you very much for joining us tonight. We know it was a short show, but we will definitely be back next Thursday night with some hot, juicy content as always. But with that being said, we about to get up on out of here. D Nice, my brother, as always, it's a pleasure. I enjoy every single Thursday night with you, man. And I got a question I'm going to save for next Thursday for you, brother. It's going to be a hot one. But with that being said, y'all, thank y'all.
Listen,
but
man,
go right ahead. Do your thing.
Look, I'm always open for the hot topic questions, man. I enjoy it, man, because listen, I'm sharing how I feel, and that's what fans should do as well. Anybody that comes on this platform should be able, and
look, brother, you see what mood I'm in tonight, right?
I know what all the narrative is. I know what all the narratives are. I get that. I know what all the experts say what should happen and how things should go. But listen, I'm gonna push. I'm gonna shake the pot, man.
Okay.
All right. I think it's necessary, man. But you're always gonna get my real thoughts, brother.
I appreciate that. That's why I love doing the show with you,
shout out
brother.
to everybody that watched this. Shout out to everybody that watched this tonight, man. We appreciate you guys. Y'all could have been anywhere, but y'all were with us. And we appreciate you guys. For the new people that checked us out tonight, please like and subscribe. I think you guys will really love it here. We do this for you guys, guys and girls, may I say. And listen, we're all Bears fans, and we all want the same thing for the Bears, and that's to be successful, to be a contender, and to eventually be a Super Bowl champion once again. So with that being said, good night, everybody. Peace to you, Bishop. I appreciate you again, brother. And we out of here.
Bear down, y'all. All right.